Well, hello my YouTube friend. Making a video about a knife from Bob Terzuola is always overwhelming, whether it's for the presentation of the knife itself or for the maker that I absolutely revere as a maker and adore as a man. He became along the way, family to me, him and Susie. So those are really people that I have in my heart, So to me, it's truly a kind of almost an issue, because I like to be the more unbiased possible when I make my videos, and for a reason I always have. Somewhere in my mind the fact that I may be biased, or I am biased, I don't know, when I make any videos about Bob. But this is only an idea, and whenever I try to take some time and analyze the knives and the extreme quality of the making and the process of improving himself, even though he's the man who wrote the book about how to make a tactical knife, he is still improving, and this is really to put to his credit. So yeah, I've discussed about Bob and Susie and everything, so you know how I feel about the man. No need to extend more. To me, he's one of the greatest as a man and as a maker. And no need to extend about that, and no need to again waste some time. It's just like when I'm gonna make videos about McGuinness knives. I've made several of those. I've talked about the man, I've talked about the maker, and my idea about them. So doing that over and over again can be really annoying for you and for me, and I would lose the pleasure to make my to make those videos. So I will try to focus on those two knives more than the maker himself. If you want to have any idea about what I think about the Bob, check my previous video. You will have more than enough in those. So yeah, we just passed G8 show, and as always, it's an opportunity for me to see Bob and Susie, because we are separated by the Atlantic, and it's not that easy, to meet those persons. So yeah, the show was excellent, and I got to meet them, and I was really happy as usual. And during this show, I was not even that. I was expecting that, what I have in hand here. I was expecting it. Actually, I was expecting it during the Paris show, and I was really surprised when Bob told me that he had this one in hand. So I didn't know what was in the box, but this came as a replacement knife for a knife that I had from Bob, and I didn't really like, because it was too big. It was a collaboration. It was not really to my taste, and I had some issues with that knife. And Bob really kindly, as the gentleman that he is, accepted something that I seldom see with other maker, and I didn't imagine he could go for that. He accepted to take back the knife, and told me that he would make me at some point one replacement knife. And we got to that point where this one was actually the replacement knife. So I had no clue what he would decide. No clue. He just told me that he was going to be big and bold, and that's the only thing that I had in mind. And this is what he came for. So he came with, sorry. So when I opened the package, first thing was, I'm not gonna say disappointment, but I was gonna expect something like, he knows me, he knows that I love to have all kinds of different material, craziness, and I was really expecting something really dressy, and it comes with that simple, I would say, marble carbon fiber. Nothing simple about what Bob does, but that was the first shot, and he told me before opening, if you don't like it, I'll take it back, not a problem, and I'll do something different. But that was my first impression. But then I saw, the color here in Armor Core, and already, you know, I was starting to be amazed. The clip also. This is the first time I think that he does, you know, Mokutai clips like that. So a little bit of not disappointment, but I was surprised, I would say. Then I opened the knife. And now, I told you about that. I mean, I've spoke about that. To me, the blade is no need to put number, but by far, this is my most important thing on the knife. I mean, a nice blade could save the knife. Whatever, regardless of the handle, a nice blade to me can make it work. You know, and when I saw this phenomenal blade, one of the best blade in my collection, with this quadruple grind, 1, 2, 3 here on the at the tip here. You have a grind, 4 here. I was mesmerized with that armor core that he works so well. That right there was impossible to miss. So for sure, I was gonna keep the knife. And when I saw it, and after, you know, looking at it, I told Bob, you know, Bob, I absolutely adore that blade. I cannot pass with that. But I was expecting a dressier knife. So can you just change the scale? I mean, it's nothing. You just change the scale, put something dressier on it, and everything. And he told me, yes, I would do that for you, you know, but I disagree. I said, why? And this is when I saw not only the genius in him, but the kindness and the man of heart that he is. Actually, he made that knife exactly for me, because he wanted something dressy like that on the blade, but also something that I could carry. That I could carry with me on a daily basis, put on my bike, go crazy, and you know, take it off the bike when I'm riding. That was his point. So this way I have really a dressy knife somehow, and also a very EDC knife. And also, he remembered that I had a knife like that I got from him at the Miami show that looked almost alike. I mean, it was a beautiful eagle rock. Also the same with the a full marble carbon fiber. It was a scale. It was his first, I mean, the second, low profile flipper tab, and it had this magnificent blade in armor core. And along the way, I ended up trading that knife, but you know how it is. I mean, I really rarely part with my Terzuola. I mean, probably this is one of the couple that I parted with, and it was with a friend, and for actually to get another knife, from Terzuola. So this trade to me was to get another Terzuola and also to share with a friend at that point. But at the end of the day, I missed that knife that was one of the first, really, if not the first, the second low profile flipper tab with the marble carbon fiber and with the armor core. And this, while not really looking like the other, has those things in common: low profile flipper tab, armor core blade, full carbon fiber. So you see, this one was really made for me with those ideas in mind, and for that I will hold this one to the grave and in high consideration. Even though it's big for a carry, believe me, this is my knife. It meant to be and to stay in my collection and to stay in my pocket to pay tribute to that great man that is Bob Terzuola. And I'm sorry, but my videos are like that. Those are rants, mostly. But, you know, this is how I am. I like knife collecting. I like this community. I like sharing with you guys, not only knives, but experience that I have with makers. So, yeah, this one is particular. I don't know really how to... I mean, there is no real name for this new design. But as you can expect from Bob, the work is excellent. This piece, those pieces, extremely big piece. This is a huge knife. The blade has to be something like, I don't know, maybe 4 I mean, close to 4.5, maybe 4.25 for sure. So yeah, a lot of contouring as usual. Look at that, absolutely perfect contouring. Love those edges here. I love this inlay here, this color of armor core on both sides. Just excellent touch. Very nice hidden hardware clip in Mokutai. Nice backspacer, not the best, but it's in carbon fiber, just a regular one. Nothing crazy about that, but flush as usual. Nice liners. Perfect action, low profile flipper tab. The thing that I like the most. This is the way that I would love a flipper tab to be always. No need to that, to do more than that. A couple of jimping, low profile like that, on the same level or upper the pivot, and boom, it fires like a rocket, and it disappears when the blade is open. Extraordinary. The grind is phenomenal. Look at that. Just the quadruple grind is just crazy. The armor core is fantastic. The way he works with it is just silly. Nice engagement. Perfect knife. So now a word with this one because it's already 11 minutes. So this one also was a delivery, and actually I was really looking forward to get something like that. A Persian first, my favorite grind from Bob maybe, and my first manual opening. Look at that. I mean, there is everything that I love on this knife. It's almost a concealed blade. Look at that, how sweet it is. Then again, it's a manual opening, so that's actually my first, and I'm really happy with that. And it's, like I said, a Persian grind. So absolutely adore this one. The finish is excellent. As usual, Bob has his ways to work with the Mokutai. Look at that. Just this matte finish that is not, I mean, you won't leave any traces of your fingers. Why we don't see that finish more often is just something that I don't really get. It's incredibly well done. I absolutely adore that. Look at that. This could look almost like some kind of, I don't know, wood or whatever, but that's carbon fiber actually. Look at that. Look at the edge here. This is carbon fiber, and it's just a beautiful one. I love the hardware, you know, they're really, I guess it's titanium because of the color, but it's really, it goes well. It's a very nice touch on this knife too. The thumb stud is gold, pure gold, just crazy. And again, this clip in Mokutai. Nothing crazy again about the backspacer. He went, I mean, for carbon fiber backspacer, but that's a choice, and I don't really mind. The rest is just so fantastic that I'm not gonna extend on the backspacer. So look at this beautiful knife. Perfectly standard as usual. Great action when you want to flick it. You want to flick that knife open like that. This is the way to do it. If you want to deploy it smoothly, you can, but you have to break the detent. That has been tremendously improved with the years with Bob. You know, he used to have on the older build very weak detent. Now, believe me, they are almost unbreakable, and they're, you know, especially with those flipper, they fire like rockets. And this is also something extraordinary. As I said in the beginning, Bob is always improving his craft. His detent again evolved incredibly. His log geometry evolved incredibly. He added, as you can see from here, even though the light is missing, he added steel insert on all his build. You can see it here. Steel insert for all his build. That is something also new for him. Look at that, steel insert also. Those are improvement, and those prove also that Bob is a man of his time. He's not he is a reference for sure, for sure, but he's still a man that will continue until his last breath, which I hope it will be like in decades, will still keep on improving his design, his craft, and that is something that I also extremely respect. Oh, man, look at this grind, the recurve here, this very particular finish that only he does, you know, this in between, you know, satin and very light stonewash, and a hand rubbed on the flat, which is something that he very rarely does. So yeah, my friend, we are heading to the 15 minutes. It was again a pleasure to do this video, a tribute as usual, kind of tribute that I do to Bob, and hopefully, in a way, a review on those two magnificent new pieces that will stay till the end in my collection. With that being said, my friend, I'll catch you very soon for another video. It was a pleasure. Bye.